Okay, prior to speaking, watch these videos.
All right, before we say anything, watch these clips.
To get open. 1 second left. Clark doesn't get the shot off. Cloud lofts her up. And
Clearly, the referee observes after being thrashed. Caitlin simply leaves. Here's another perspective.
The worst one. There's one foul. There's two fouls. Then she holds her, watch this, with her shoulder and on her arm when she follows through and then fouls her for the fourth time on her arm. It's cheating. It's plain as day. The haters will say, she got locked up. Yeah, if you're fouling the whole game. But I'm going through this entire game. The corrupt refs gave this game to New York and they still barely won.
No call, no whistle, just silence. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter. Is the WNBA rigged? Did Cathy Engelbert really pay that referee to be silent because there is a dubious situation going on? It's time to dissect everything.
Right, you got this athlete in a league that nobody's been watching, never turned a profit, and your system is broken against that team? Are you mental?
Let's face it, there was a problem right away. With all the excitement in the world, Caitlin Clark enters the WNBA, packing arenas, smashing attendance records, and carrying the league on her back. What she receives in return is elbows, shvees, and no whistles, as if the referees are standing there dumbfounded, as if someone told him, "Don't call it, let her take it." Fans are piecing together the details, and one name keeps coming up after she was heard outdoors, and one of those referees was suspended without making a remark. Have you ever seen a celebrity get beaten up so badly that it feels personal? Cathy Engelbert, the commissioner, the boss, and the one tasked with safeguarding the league's reputation.
We have heard nothing from the WNBA, absolutely nothing.
Now, we must ask, did they intentionally allow Caitlin Clark to be hurt, or did someone pay to keep those whistles quiet? Stay put, because this isn't just basketball anymore. It could be a setup. From the moment Caitlin Clark set foot on a WNBA court, something felt wrong. She took vicious hits, and the referees turned away as if someone had told them, "Don't blow that whistle." Have you ever watched a well-known athlete get hacked and questioned whether it was a part of a larger scheme? Yes, exactly. It seemed like Clark wasn't a newcomer trying to establish herself. Rather, she was the league's future, but rather than receiving protection, she received punishment. The message was clear: you're not here to shine, you're here to survive. Every game brought new bruises and no whistles, and the league remained silent, as if they hoped we wouldn't notice. But we didn't, and she is currently out due to a quad injury. One name keeps coming up, and the WNBA's top draw sidelined fans aren't just angry. They're making connections and asking questions. Was Cathy Engelbert always intending to be humble, or did she just let this happen? We have all witnessed poor officiating of missed calls, so Clark broke her spirit by reminding her who is in control. A ref having a rough night, but this was something else. It was personal. Game after game, Clark was getting hammered hard, fouls, elbows, shvees, nothing called. It wasn't a one-time thing, it was consistent. Refs just watched, or worse, walked away. Clark would look at them, arms out, pleading for a whistle, and they'd act like she wasn't even there. At first, fans thought it was hazing, but when the same exact thing kept happening, it felt deliberate, and then it got weirder. The ref who ignored her when she clearly got fouled, suspended quietly. No league statement, no media blast, just gone. So what happened behind the curtain? Were the refs told to let Clark get roughed up, or was this when officials simply too obvious about it? Either way, it wasn't just bad officiating anymore, it was a message, and Clark, she heard it loud and clear. Let's stop pretending this was just physical basketball. The refs weren't missing calls, they were ignoring them on purpose. And why? Because someone was lining their pockets. Yeah, we said it, the refs got paid, and all signs point to Cathy Engelbert. This wasn't about letting the game flow, this was about sending a message. Caitlin Clark became the league's face overnight, but the WNBA chose to let her get intentionally punched instead of protecting her. The commissioner, Cathy Engelbert, is the one who has the authority to stop it, but she didn't. She also approves the way games are officiated and allows certain referees to remain in their positions as long as they follow rules that allow Clark to take hits, don't call fouls, and make her earn it. According to rumors circulating the league, referees were paid to look the other way, not just for biased payoffs or poor officiating, and now one of them is punished or thrown under the bus to defend a higher authority. Cathy Engelbert didn't just allow this, she engineered it, and now Caitlin Clark's hurt the WNBA's biggest star. Sideline fans are furious, whispers are turning into shouts. So we got to ask, was this all part of Cathy Engelbert's plan, or did she just get caught? Here's the bombshell. After viral clips showed Clark getting clobbered and ignored the ref at the center of it all, suspended, no press conference, no official statement, just off the schedule. Sound like damage control, that's what fans think. And let's not forget, this is the same ref who turned his back while Clark tried to plead her case after getting fouled. Fans immediately called it out, cover up, they said scapegoat, because let's be honest, suspending one ref after Clark is already injured, that's not accountability, that's a PR stunt. So who gave that order? Was it Cathy Engelbert herself? Was it the committee trying to cover tracks? Or was this just one official who got too sloppy with the agenda? Either way, it smells like someone's trying to protect the league, not the players. Time to name names. Cathy Engelbert, the league's commissioner, the one who's been front and center of the WNBA's media push. She brought in sponsors, she closed the TV deals, she expanded the league's visibility. But here's the twist, Caitlin Clark did more for the WNBA in 4 weeks than Engelbert did in 4 years. And that's when it shifted. Suddenly Clark wasn't just a player, she was the face of the league, the star, the one moving the needle. And if you've been around sports long enough, you know how this goes. When the new kid starts pulling more weight than the establishment, they get humbled. So is Engelbert trying to humble her? Let her get roughed up, downplay the fouls, pretend it's normal. And when people complain, sacrifice one ref and move on. Sounds like a stretch until you realize that's exactly what happened. The breaking point came fast. Clark, after logging heavy minutes and absorbing hit after hit, finally went down with a quad strain, just like that. She was out for multiple games. The fever without Clark disoriented, the offense crumbled, the energy dropped. It was night and day, but fans didn't just miss her game, they were angry because the injury wasn't just bad luck, it felt like the inevitable outcome of weeks of abuse. The refs didn't protect her, the league stayed silent, and when she finally went down, it was met with a shrug until the internet exploded. Suddenly everyone was sharing clips. The supporters weren't buying it. They noticed the pattern and realized this wasn't only an oversight, they witnessed sabotage. Let's take a moment to break down every shove, elbow, overlooked foul, and then poof, one of the referees vanished. In the closing seconds of Fever versus Liberty, Clark drives to the edge. When Natasha Cloud fouls her hard, the audience gasps and the commentators remain still. Stephanie White, the coach, tries to argue. But guess what? She doesn't have the proper timeout. Not a full one, just a reset, and the referees don't even look twice. The Liberties then steal the victory, and the ref who didn't call it, yes, the same one, confirmed what many fans already suspected, that the calls weren't bad, they were intentional, and this league had some explaining to do. This isn't just a fan movement anymore. Brittany Gurrier left a halftime interview to yell at the referees, and Kelsey Plum disparaged the league in post-game remarks. Kelsey Mitchell even told Clark, "Take care of your body." Translation: you're on your own out there. Charles Barkley and Stephen A. Smith both blasted the WNBA for failing to safeguard its biggest draw, and then there was silence. No league apology, no comment from Engelbert, just a referee suspension, and now the story is slipping away from them. The players are frustrated, the fans are fed up, and the story is growing larger by the hour, even involving injuries. Clark isn't holding back. The first game without her Fever against the Mystics was ugly, with no offensive flow, no leadership, just chaos. However, Clark remained on the sidelines and continued to coach. When halftime rolled around, the cameras caught her animatedly speaking to the referees and to the coaches. One clip showed her leaving with a Fever assistant, and the fans online immediately reacted, saying, "Here we go again." Others viewed it differently, saying she's leading even when it hurts. Some critics felt she was being dramatic, while others argued she shouldn't be talking if she's not playing, but perhaps that's the idea. Clark is more than simply a player. She is the spokesperson for a movement. Following that exchange, the referee suspended. Boom. Did her remarks tilt the scales? And if so, was she acting appropriately or inappropriately? They got the star the league had been hoping for, but they weren't prepared for the uproar that ensued. Caitlin Clark didn't just show up and play, she turned the league upside down. By exposing every flaw this league tried to conceal, the fouls in the offices, the silence from the referees, the bias, the fans are now not just watching, they're investigating, And the media isn't just reporting, they're posing questions. Why did the referees ignore the fouls? Why did it take a viral video and a full-fledged outcry for someone to be suspended? Why is Cathy Engelbert suddenly missing when the league's biggest name is being clobbered every night? This isn't just a bad referee, it's a broken system. A system that has failed to safeguard its brightest star and is more concerned with appearance than security. The question is, was that referee suspended because it was the right thing to do, or because someone needed a scapegoat? Did Cathy Engelbert watch this unfold from the sidelines, or was she coaching from the shadows? The system was designed to silence, not to support, and unless the WNBA steps up immediately, they might lose the very future they were counting on. Tell us in the comments, and don't forget to hit the notification bell, like, and subscribe. We assure you that this firestorm is only beginning.